Our spawn is really bad, which is a problem for the little center of the world, the place known for bringing the server together with builds, fights, and events. That's why I took it upon myself to create Minecraft's greatest spawn for this server. That's why I've outlined 5 builds that I'm going to create this season, each with a different purpose to improve our spawn. My first build is going to be a small bridge connecting 2 halves of spawn, which are split by a small river. Using cobblestone I found in a nearby village, I set up a small base in the hill, constructed the bridge. Well, people seemed to like it, so I kept building its spawn. My second build was going to be a parkour course, something fun for players to do while they hang around spawn. I took some inspiration from the MCCI courses, including trapdoor and ladder jumps. Third build was a simple community nether portal near spawn, but people never really used it, and I should have decorated it more. You see, this is the Celeste SMP, a server with custom weapons and a Lives plugin. Lives could be stolen, but for now I only had the original 4. Losing one earlier to a drought, I was down to 3, and my 4th build would be the Avengers tower, the same design I used on my SMP when I've built it before. With almost 4,000 blocks to gather, it was by far the biggest build I will have made so far. This build would require so many more resources than the others did, from blue stained glass to grey concrete and stone. Thankfully, there was a material house left from a previous building competition, where I could grab all the wood and terraforming blocks I would need, and I began progress on the 4th build. However, to understand what happened next, we need to go back to a duel 6 days ago.
You see, Tay had challenged me to a fair 1v1. No teammates, no restocking, and no running.
And when we were all teleported to the arena for the fight, I had no idea of the impact this event would have on my time on the server.
What is this, bro? This is so brain rot. This is so brain rot. I already know Arden's gonna make this an hour-long fight to it out. He's gonna put this whole fight in that.
It's about to be like half this whole video, bro. Yo, you're so toxic.
I don't think anyone will.
Shot for absolutely no reason by this random player, I had to race back and get my stuff before it would despawn. However, I was now down to only 2 lives and therefore 2 deaths away from being banned. Barely managed to get any of my stuff back, and then I was shot by the same player again, Ultramax. Down to just 1 life after my 2 deaths, I would need to be more careful than ever, because 1 more death would result in being banned off the server. But pushing those concerns aside, I kept gathering materials and preparing for build 4. I was just building peacefully at spawn until this player D4 Dookie came and jumped me. I had a fighting kit but wasn't ready to fight back. Even worse, my dad started calling me on the phone, so I couldn't focus on escaping or trying to ask him to stop. had just lost my final life and was therefore banned. And no, the 1 minute is a ban timer, not actually how long it'll be until I'm unbanned. However, I was eventually unbanned, but lost interest in the project after dying. With rumors of the server ending soon, I was hesitant to come back, but did anyway to finish the build. I noticed my incomplete build from the first time was gone, so to start off I needed to grind for all the materials again. And when everything I had needed had been gathered, I was able to finally start the Avengers Tower, build 4, for the second time. I had gotten most of the tower built in 3 days, mostly thanks to Lightmatica's easy place mode. I even got to watch some spawn fights, and wasn't attacked by Olmex, the player that had shot me twice earlier. People definitely seemed to be liking the build, but the final day I would be logging on to finish it up, things would be very different. The world was gone, wiped out and reset for a new SMP. There were no world downloads and I couldn't finish my build. This is what I was worried about before I even started building it the second time. I knew the server was dead, and rumors of an end event had come and gone. Sure, I could try and make a schematic from the replay and pretend that nothing had happened, but that wasn't true. I had failed anyway. What use is Minecraft to create a spawn if it isn't around for anyone to use? Spawn was meant to bring the server together. What use was it now if we were all split apart?